So it wasn't anybody taking the money.
No.
But what I've read, that the money was taken out of there and put in his grandmother's name, or something like that.
The reasoning for that is because when the church collapsed, the pastor and the other pastor, the assistant pastor, which handles the money, went to CB&T Bank trying to tell them what was going on, because CB&T Bank never gave a call and expressed any concern. At that point, they didn't care. They told the pastor and the assistant pastor that we're a bank, and their exact words were, "We don't give a damn about the church." That was their exact words. At that point, everybody, when they brought it back to the board was scared, and they didn't have any entitlement. Now, the church didn't know this until the church collapsed. The city inspectors came out and they told a couple of the board members that were standing around, said, "Y'all need to investigate this, because the building shouldn't have collapsed. It wasn't that old." At the point when they went and investigated, that's when they found out that is not 5555 Rocky Bethesda, that's 2515 Rocky Creek. And when they got that, they said, well, they can't take the money. They can't foreclose on the church. CB&T Bank was trying to foreclose on a property that they saw that they had the ability to make triple of what the original mortgage was and the original appraisal was. At that point, after all the transactions went that the Elder Cross was talking about, they were still threatening, and they started shutting down accounts and things like that. And so then the church made a decision to put the money in the grandmother's account so that we can still conduct church business, because they were not entitled to the money, they were not entitled to foreclose, and there was a civil case where the judge told them that they can't do that.
So now, the jury went out and came back and said the pastor was guilty. And now he's supposed to be waiting sentence. The jury stayed out a long time, maybe a couple days, I think.
It was 2 days, 5 hours in one day?
5 hours on Thursday.
And 8 or 9 on Friday.
And they came back Monday.
Is there people in the church that are bringing these charges?
No. All of this is stemming from Security Bank. They are the ones pushing the issue, because in their letter of intent, they said they needed a conviction because they messed up. They violated FDIC policies, and they were in trouble, and they needed a conviction. They needed a fall guy. And because Pastor Ross has a past, years ago, he has a past from then that he's been fully pardoned of, and the media has not hasn't put it out there that he's been pardoned of his past. He has a past, and he was the fall guy. They chose him as the fall guy. How do you prosecute a pastor for church business? And the members of the board that they did let testify kept telling them, kept reiterating, he doesn't run this church. The money in any church, down here especially, preacher don't touch no money.
So the board, I don't call it a deacon board, that's what we call them in the Baptist church, but the board, a trustee board, they made decisions,
right,
and the pastor didn't get money.
Right, no.
From that. And they didn't, but now he's waiting sentence, so he might get, the paper say, maybe 60 years.
Well, no, that's...
But you read that in the paper.
I've read that. And that just goes to show how the media can sometimes take things and misconstrue them and present them the way they want.
Let me tell you what I want to do.
Okay.
We kind of running out of time, but I want to have you guys back next week so we might could go into more detail on what happened. The basic thing is that the church members didn't file nothing against the pastor.
Nothing whatsoever.
And
the church members took responsibility.
Full responsibility.
Full responsibility for depositing the check and then taking the check out of the one bank and putting it in another.
Yes.
The church members and board believe that the pastor has done nothing wrong.
The evidence proves and points to that. They didn't convict him on any evidence. They convicted the pastor on little character flaws from 10, 15 years ago.
Okay. Character flaw, like he used drugs years ago.
He used drugs years ago, and that's the basis of the ministry. The church name is Reaching Souls that no one else can reach.
They're reaching out, trying to get people off crack, get people off
Our church is
drugs.
not made up of
The traditional
church people.
Yes.
Our church is made up of people who might be coming off of the street, or people who just worked all their lives and never really got into church, and we're reaching for those people.
Tell us this, where is your church, your present church, located?
5555 Bethesda Avenue, right on the corner of Rocky Creek and Bethesda.
Why don't you come back next week,
Okay.
Yeah, pleasure.
and we'll be right back.